I made the stupid decision about 2 weeks ago that I'm going to be entering a triathlon, like an Ironman, at the end of the year.
Listen, okay, if a woman can have a child in 9 months, I can do the triathlon thing in 9 months. I can have an Ironman baby. All right?
I'm nowhere near the fitness to be able to complete an Ironman.
I mean, I'm not starting from zero, but I'm not exactly, like the Ironman people, they're all like this, and I'm not that. I'm like this.
My coaches are Reddit, triathlon YouTube, and good old ChatGPT. The best coach is a free coach, right?
Hear me out.
As far as I can tell, for the first few months, the name of the game at the beginning, I think, was got to be just increasing volume.
So, Ironman distances: 4 kilometers of swimming, 180 cycling, 42 running. If I can't do that distance in a week, I can't do that distance in a day. So, first goal is get up to the standard of doing those distances at least in a week.
And go at an easy pace. Don't get injured. Don't concentrate too much on speed. Don't get injured. But get the volume up. Just don't get injured.
That's where my planning is at the moment.
I'm not at absolute zero with my training. I was running a little bit at the end of last year.
About 20 kilometers a week.
Swimming. I hadn't been to the pool for several months.
0 kilometers a week.
My cycling until now had been maybe the odd cycle down to the shop.
I'll put you down for 8 kilometers a week.
Something like that.
Don't judge me. It's possible. I can do it. Maybe. So, first 3 months, get the mileage up. If you increase mileage too fast, you get injured. So don't get injured. Rule 1, don't get injured. So I'm going to go up a bit and then back down, and then up a bit more and then back down, and then up a bit more and then back down. Right, so quickly, if we have a look, this is my training plan. If we look at the running, for example, look at the yellow columns for now, for simplicity, ignore the rest. I was running around 24 kilometers before I started the training. So then I go up, and then down, and then up, and then down. And each one of the weeks, I don't increase by more than 10%.
And this is how I'd recommend you start too. Literally just open up Google Sheets, start writing down some numbers of realistic kilometers that you reckon you could do in a week. Maybe give yourself a bit of a breather by staggering the weeks when you start each discipline, so it's not too much of a shock to the system. And every little bit of cycling and running that you do throughout your week, whether it's cycling to the shops or running to the post office or cycling to work, it all counts. At least that's my rules. But get some numbers down, because they provide accountability. If they're on the sheet is God, and now you have to do it. And then just increase by 5 to 10% each week.
This seems to be a fairly good way to increase distance quite rapidly.
Remembering to go up and down and up and down to give yourself some rest weeks. Don't worry about gear. Use what you've got lying around. But this bicycle was sitting in my shed rotting for the last 15 years without being touched. Just listen to those beautiful brakes, 15-year-old brakes. And in general, aside from getting knocked down by one of these friendly cars, I think with cycling and swimming, it's pretty hard to hurt yourself. The only thing you have to be a little bit careful about is running. Running is harder on the joints, so you got to go extra easy on the running. I'm trying to keep most of my running in zone 2. And the other thing is I'm going to try and keep my cadence up while running to around 180, which decreases the chance of injury. So far, 6-7 weeks in, not injured. Not yet. But I'll go into much more detail about it in future videos. This is just an overview. So if you're in a similar boat and you're thinking about doing an Ironman or some other kind of endurance feat, I think you should join me. Follow the channel. It doesn't matter your starting point, and we might learn something together.
Listen, okay. I'm using this as an excuse. If I have to produce YouTube videos for you, I can't not train.
The idea is that perhaps some other masochistic idiots out there might have the same silly idea that an Ironman is a smart thing to do.
And either I succeed, in which case this is a good guide how to, or I fail miserably, in which case this is a good warning of what not to do.
Why am I going the wrong way? Oh yeah, one other thing. I'd like to do this kind of on the cheap. I mean, there's 1,000 other channels out there that want you to spend thousands of pounds on bikes that look like spaceships. I'd rather do this budgetly. Realistic budget. Not sponsored budget. Realistic budget. Let's not spend car money on a bicycle.
We'll try.
Welcome to my life. Shoot me some tips as well, I probably need it. By the way, the next 3 episodes are going to be deep dives into the running training, the swimming, and the cycling training. Starting with running.